Hi, this is Dr. Lucas Brazil. I have the largest YouTube channel in the world about the trichology with over 150 million views. In order to bring more information and tips about hair loss care, aesthetics and health problems to the whole world, I create a version with videos in English. Welcome and enjoy. Do you want to know what the care should be taking now after the Botox? That's what we're talking about today in this video. We have a video about Botox, we have a video on fillers and the difference between them. We have a video on the myths of Botox and you can follow everything here on the Eclair channel. And today we're going to give you some guidance to your who did the procedure of the Botox and want to know what are the precautions after that. What you can do and what you can't. This procedure gives an excellent result. Botox works by paralyzing the muscle, so it prevents that the muscle contractions happen, softening the muscle. The toxin is dissolved in saline, and generally, care is related to preventing it from draining, so that it does not migrate to other inappropriate areas. If the doctor applied that muscle, he wants exactly that muscle to paralyze. Let's imagine that the muscle like a little motor and the tendons as a string, so the muscle pulls and makes a facial expression. According to that muscle that was paralyzed, it gives a nice expression, more relaxed. It's a good effect of Botox, and if there is a paralysis of the unwanted muscle, side effects happen. For example, ptosis is that eyelid drop used because it affected the eyelid lifter muscle. So the care that doctors may regarding physical exercise, you should avoid physical exercise on the day you do the procedure. Some doctors even say for 3 days, because if you make a lot of exercise, for example, go to the gym right after applying, you are at risk of the toxin spreading to another region. That's why doctors also recommend that you do not lie down after this procedure. The recommendation varies from 3 to 8 hours, usually 4 hours, that you cannot lie to prevent the diffusion of the desired or wanted muscle from occurring. Another important recommendation is that you do not massage. There are a lot of people who like to mash their face. Don't do this. You can stimulate diffusion of the product. In fact, there are other studies that say these precautions not necessary, but just in case, it don't cost anything to do these tips. This is a very expensive procedure. It's not cheap to perform the procedure, so take care these precautions to avoid any complications. Also take care in relation to medication. Sometimes it can cause a little headache, and the doctor recommends the medication for you to take. It's usually interesting to avoid acetaminophen, avoid anti-inflammatories, and you can use acetaminophen. Some drugs like anti-inflammatories can stimulate the bleeding. Because it is a treatment formed with needle, it can happen to reach a vessel and make it a little bleeding, which can make a bruising on your face. This is a risk that every professional is subject to have a small bruise. Of course, we try to avoid in every possible way, but sometimes it happens. So it's important, if you have a headache, you take acetaminophen or what your doctor tells you to take, and avoid any kind of anti-inflammatories. There's also another precaution in relation to avoid the things that raise your body temperature too much, for example, the sauna. Botox is dissolved in saline and it must keep your refrigerated temperature, or else it loses its effectiveness. So as a precaution, avoid sauna and the activities that raise your skin temperature a lot, as it can inactivate the toxin. The applied area may have a little swelling, it may be a little sore, and it is very normal. As needles are used, that region will be a little sore and the bruise may appear, but your doctor may be prescribing an ointment to soothe that. And if you have a bruise, it's very important that you avoid the sun. Every time the skin is inflamed and you expose that region to the sun, it can cause a hyperpigmentation on the region. So be careful also with the sun exposure. If you follow these recommendations, you will have a nice effect and avoid several complications. Generally, it's a very safe and easy procedure that gives a nice result. You will be very happy with that. Subscribe to receive every week new videos. Follow us on Instagram and Facebook. There's a lot of tips there. Would like to know more about our products? Please click here in the description and see our website eclairworld.com. Thanks for watching. Here is Dr. Lucas Brazil. See you in the next videos.